right. I am here with Janie today. She is one of my clients that is graduating the 12-week program here. And we just wanted to do a little interview to talk about her progress that she's made, tell you a little bit about, how she's feeling about everything. So, hi, Janie. Why don't we start out by will you tell me a little bit about you?
So I'm Janie and I'm 27. I am an accountant full-time and we live in Texas.
Perfect.
I was feeling like there wasn't any resolution to my problem. I was feeling a little bit defeated and really just hungry for change, but I didn't know how to get that.
Yeah. When we first had our first conversation, how did you feel about that? Describe to me the process, what we went through.
Well, we had the first interview conversation and I really didn't know what to expect, honestly. I was so nervous and I think I finally, I just cried and just word vomit. All of the things that was happening and like I said, I was just so ready for change, but I did not know how to get it. Yeah. And we had the first one-on-one conversation and you broke down all of the things and said what you could offer and what you brought to the table, and I was so ready for, I don't know, to take a different approach than I ever had before.
Yeah. So tell me about being ready. Did you say yes right away?
No, I did not. Well, I did. And then I said, I need to talk to my husband. And I even think I emailed you back that night or the next morning saying, no, I think I'm good. I think I'm just gonna, wait or whatever. And you were like, wait. I think we need to have another conversation.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly just wanted to give you more resources if you decided that that was truly what you wanted. Yeah. But I'm glad we had that conversation. Tell me a little bit more about that second conversation we had after you told me.
The second conversation, I don't know. It was like I couldn't make up my mind to fully invest in myself. And the second conversation, you hit it home with what if this was somebody else? What if it was your spouse? What if it was your mom or your sister? Would you want them to take the same, and my answer was, yeah, absolutely. I, would want this for them. And then you said, well, why not for yourself? And I just was like, okay, wow. And I guess that kind of opened up our avenue to the relationship that you and I have of honesty. And you've always said it, just said it like it was, and that's what I needed to hear. And I took that leap, and it, but it did take a full 24 hours.
Yeah. And that's okay. And your husband was there when we had that second conversation.
Oh yeah, Cody did, because I was like, I want you to listen to this. I want you to hear Nicole's side and, hear what she has to offer and, all of that. I guess it gave me a peace of mind knowing that he was like, yes, we need to do this. This is what you need.
Yeah. But it was scary to take that leap.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was terrified.
Yeah. Are you glad?
I was scared about the investment and about okay, what if I mess this up, or what if I don't do the work, and what if, what if this really doesn't work? Then I've disappointed him and everybody else, So
yeah, it's hard. It's hard to take that step when you're not sure.
Right.
For sure. Was there anything about the program that surprised you?
Yeah, there was, I guess, looking back now, how simple yet how so hard it is. It's you, how hard it is to change what's going on up here and mold that to be a different, you always say, 8-lane highway. It is so simple, but yet so hard. And that I don't know. And another thing, like, you had all the resources this whole time and it's yourself, like, you have to do it for yourself.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely simple. It's not easy.
Right.
Yeah.
It's simple to like think about it for somebody else, but when the tables are turned and you're the one having to go through it, you're like, yeah, this is no joke.
Yep. Growth is hard.
Yeah.
But it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you liked most about the program, or is there anything that stands out?
I touched on this a minute ago. There's actually a couple of things. Like, I've been in counseling before, and you have to like, oh, I have to remember to tell her this next week, or, oh, I have to, like, write this down because I had a hard moment and I need to talk this through. But in a week or in 2 days, you may forget. And with you, it was like, I could, within reason, pick up my phone and text you immediately. And I hope that that's an offer that you always keep on the table, because it seriously changed my life. Like, it, in this whole program, it made it so much easier. Like, when you're going through times, I can pick up the phone and we can work on it right then, and not have to wait or have to remember or write down or anything like that. Like, that helped me so much. And two, you're not reliving that hard time in a week when you have to like sit down and talk about it. Like, you get to experience that emotion all over again when we can just nip it in the bud right then.
Right. And sometimes when you wait, you kind of minimize it about yourself, and you say, oh, well, it wasn't really that big of a deal. But
right. And it totally was.
Yeah. I was like, oh, is it worth bringing this up? Like, sometimes it's the littlest things that just get you, and it's like, I'm annoyed about this, and then we can work through it, and there's this huge breakthrough that happens in between.
And then, after you finish it, you can say, okay, wow, that really wasn't that big of a deal, instead of waiting a week and, like you said, not wanting to talk about it again because it was so stupid. But you get all of those feelings in those moments, and you're like, okay, wow, this is real for me right now,
Yeah, and it can be some of the simplest things that seem like they should never matter, but that's like that's the thing that you're fighting all the time. And sometimes those simple, silly things are the things that will bring the light to what you're thinking.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So let's talk about the transformation that you have experienced from where you were day one, when you sent me that email saying you weren't ready to do this, it wasn't right, to right now. What has surprised you about yourself? Tell me about your journey.
Well, the first, I don't know. Honestly, there's really no words for like I said, the simpleness of it. And I don't know, I'm so much more mindful of what I'm thinking now and what brings you into those moments. Like, it's just amazing. Like, I guess the one biggest thing that stands out in my mind is being able to separate those thoughts. And obviously the people will learn that through the program, but it just being able to separate that and knowing that this is what's happening is it. And like I said, it just, I don't know, I'm so much more able to tackle things that used to get me down and used to cause panic attacks or anxiety or, like it. And I'm not saying those times don't come, because they do. And you're still learning and you're still molding and you're still, but you have everything you need to be able to get through those hard times. And that's where I'm at is, obviously it's going to, continue to take time to learn and to reword or rewire the 8-lane highway that we've been doing for so long now. Like, I don't know. I had hope, but I didn't think that it would be so, I don't know, so simple. I keep saying that. Like, it just is, I don't know. It really is. Looking back on how I felt in that first phone call with you, like, I was so defeated, and to hear somebody say, like, there's nothing wrong with you, like, this is normal, like, it just, I don't know, it was nice to be able to work on things going up here instead of putting a prescription on it, or, you know, basically just band-aiding the whole situation. And that's what I want to continue doing, is to work on my thoughts and, you know, going forward.
Speaking of going forward, you decided to continue on. What made you decide to do that?
I feel like, well, I want to do more of the healthness of, and I do believe, like, Nicole recommends so many different books you've recommended, and it's so eye-opening how much what you eat can control how you feel and all of the things. Like, I don't know, I wasn't ready to stop the journey of becoming a better me. And like I said, like, I've got a handle on, you know, the anxiety and like my thoughts and stuff, but I, you know, wanted to continue with the health journey and learning how to eat better and be better and feel better and all of the things. And I think it contributes to all of it.
Yeah. Has anything changed at work or relationships or anything for you? No?
I mean,
nothing is, oh, go ahead.
I mean, I don't know. Well, relationships, I guess, learning what's toxic and what's not, you know, like toxic people or whatever. But as far as my day-to-day and like my marriage and stuff, like it's all still the same. I'm just learning how to react better to what's thrown in my direction.
And what I have observed, at least for you, is that nothing in your life has really changed, but you're living such a different life than you were even just a couple months
absolutely ago. Yeah. Like, I guess for me, like you say about people and relationships and stuff, like I was so focused on like not controlling, but in a sense kind of like what the other person is doing to that caused me the anxiety or caused me the extra stress. And you helped me see that it's not really them, I'm the one with the problem. And I have to like rewire myself to react different to those situations, because I'm only in control of me. I can, you know, I can only do so much, and people are, you know, gonna be people. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, just to reiterate, like nothing has to change about anybody else to have a complete transformation in your own life. Yeah. And it's so cool. It's so cool to be able to see how far you have come. And I'm so proud of you every day. Like, honestly though, I'm so glad that I got to be a part of your journey, and that I'll get to continue to be a part of your journey. So one last question. What type of person would you recommend my coaching to?
Somebody like me, somebody who was hungry for change, ready for change, someone who is defeated with the doctors and defeated with, you know, psychiatrists. And I'm not saying that those can't help, you know, I'm just saying that somebody that is ready to take the leap and to do the work. And I don't know, somebody who deals with anxiety and panic attacks, and you just have such a large area of expertise that I really think that you could change so many people's lives just like you have mine. And I'm so grateful for finding you.
Thank you.
It was a huge part, and it's so refreshing to have the opportunity to do this.
And I am honored to be on the other end of this, to see the transformation that can happen, because you've put a lot of work in yourself. It's not me doing the work for you.
I know.
I'm just here to guide. And
Yes.
It's been incredible. And like you said, if you're ready to take a leap, like this is exactly what you were here to do.
Take the investment in yourself,
Yeah.
do it, because I promise it's worth it.